So this is the Undying battle gameplay. Now, originally I was gonna freaking just put the gameplay in with the sound, but I accidentally messed up when I was recording it because I didn't freaking put the sound on. So when I played it back, it was just the gameplay and there was no like music or no sound effects coming from the game. So I just decided I'd go ahead and tell a funny story because I messed up. So hopefully you like it. So when I was around 18, 17, I'm 20 years old now, but when I was like 17, 18 years old, I wanted to be a tattoo artist because, I heard they get good money and it'd be something fun to do, a new skill and everything. So I figured I'd go ahead and buy a tattoo kit and maybe a couple of tattooing pads to practice on and, maybe um, develop a new skill to make some good money. So I went ahead and bought the tattoo kit online. I don't remember which one it was, but it was a nice kit. It came with like a bunch of ink, like different colored inks, and like it came with like four tattoo machines, and then it came with the power box, so and the pedal and everything. So I went ahead and got it, and then I got some pads with it to practice on. But when I was practicing on the pads, for some reason, like every time I would practice on it, the needle would go right through the pad and hit the table, and it would dull the needle really easily. And I was going through needles like crazy, like needle after needle after needle after needle because these stupid little fucking pads wouldn't work. So, so I decided I looked up online good things to practice tattooing on. I heard that there's orange, you can practice on oranges, or you can practice on pig meat, but it was never really the same as practicing on actual skin. So I wanted to go ahead and practice on actual skin. The only problem is I didn't have any actual skin to practice on. My brother, who has a bunch of tattoos, said I could practice on him, but whenever I wanted to, he would never let me, so he's kind of a hypocrite. But whatever. So, whatchamacallit, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna practice on myself. So I figured if I tattooed above my kneecap, like on my thigh or whatever, nobody would ever see it in case I mess up. So I decided, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. Okay, now I had gotten a tattoo before. I had gotten one on my ankle and it hurt like a motherfucker. And that's because my brother did it, but he's not a good tattoo artist. He's just a little amateur one. I don't even think he knew what he was doing because after I got the tattoo from him, it started falling out, and now it looks all crappy. But but I just so I knew how it felt getting a tattoo, but I figured since I'm doing it on my thigh, it won't hurt as bad, and it'll be a lot less painful. So I decided to go ahead and do it, and I was gonna do this S design. It's a badass little graffiti S, and it's got like flames around it. This is nothing I found online. It's like I drew it on a piece of paper first. And it took me like 20 minutes to draw it because I wanted to be precise. After I finally got it, I was able to rub whatchamacallit. Like if you rub some deodorant on the drawing, it will get it like moist enough to where you could stamp it onto your leg. It's a homemade stencil. So I went ahead and did that, and when I got it on my leg, I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a badass tattoo. This right here, this is gonna be a badass tattoo. Man, I'm gonna be the number 1 tattoo artist. I'm gonna be on freaking tattooing master. Or what's that show called? What's that show called? Ink Master, there you go. I'm gonna be on Ink Master, man. They're gonna see my work all across the world. I had a big dream. So I was all like, alright, let's do this. So I had watched videos online and everything because the video that they sent me with the tattoo kit, it's a DVD that's supposed to tell you how to do it, but it really sucked because all the dude told you in the video was like, alright, this is what you're supposed to do. And then he would do the tattoo, the whole freaking tattoo, and while he's doing it, he wouldn't tell you what to do or nothing. He would just do it, And then after it was done, it was all he would just be like, and that's how it's done. And he never even showed you nothing. But anyway, so I went online and I looked up tutorials and stuff how to do it, and I think I pretty much got it down. You know, I had never tattooed before in my life. This is the first time I'm tattooing, besides tattooing on the pads. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. I got this. So I started tattooing my leg, and man, that motherfucker hurt. Okay, it hurt bad. So I just, I was riding through the pain. I was all like, man, it hurts, but it's gonna look good. So I'm tattooing and I keep going and everything, and my leg starts hurting really bad. I'm like halfway through the tattoo, and my skin, like, I can't take the tattoo. The pain is just too much. So when I'm tattooing, what I'm not noticing is, because of the vibrations on the needle or the tattoo machine, is that my hand is actually shaking from the pain. So I'm not noticing that. Alright, I'm thinking I'm doing a freaking good job. So I just keep going and I keep going and I keep going. And then I finally stop and I wipe it off. There's ink freaking everywhere. And when I wipe it off, I look at the tattoo and some lines are freaking missing. Some are all squiggly. Some of them, I thought that I tattooed in that area. It turns out there's no line there at all. There's just a pen mark that I put on there. And it's just a disaster. I tried to do this S. It came out looking like a little fucked up C. It was all messed up and everything. And then after that, I went, you know, packed up my tattooing kit. I put it on Craigslist and I sold it, and I gave up that dream really fucking quick. And now I'm stuck with this tattoo on my leg that is all messed up and everything, and it's all faded now. You can barely see it, which is good. But you know, I hope this story was funny. Thanks for watching.